Hi Aries, welcome to your Mercury Direct mid-September reading. Okay, so I had to take a little break from that Aries energy, get recalibrated. The North Node has moved into Aries. My natal South Node is in Aries, so it's upside down for me right now. What I personally should not be doing is what everybody is doing. So, let's talk about it. It's time to negotiate. But I think the most negotiating you're going to have to do is with yourself. It's time to talk yourself into what you want. For a lot of you, that means that you really want to move. Either you want to move away or you want to go back home. But it's money related. You figured out that the money you're making where you are now is not going to be enough and it's not going to change. And so you are prompted to move for that reason. But I think there's a lot of hesitancy there, which is totally normal. There's fear there, but also I think you're afraid to share the sentiment with yourself and with others that you know might take it personally. But there is this deep desire to have a clean slate and move forward on your own. Things have been deeply unclear for about 2 months, and it has been very hard to read your energy. I don't think anyone's had a good read on it, including yourself. But now, as Mercury has gone direct over the past few days, and we're inching out of that shadow period, we find that things are becoming more clear. All the nonsense and riffraff of the past few months starts to make a lot of sense. And what is it that's happening here? It's, it's moving on. It's making a new home, a better home in a new place, a better place. You just don't feel the way you used to about where you are. Something has broken, and now we're here. And it's not the easiest thing, but it's very exciting. You knew something big was coming, was happening. Perhaps it's as much of a shock to you as everybody else that it would be this sort of move. But you're not that domesticated to begin with, so it's not that much of a shock either. And again, it's motivated by money. You are convinced that where you want to move, whether it's back home or somewhere new, you are convinced that there is more money there. And you have gotten to a point in your life where you have also realized that having the kind of money you want is paramount and central to you being able to be happy in life and have the kind of relationships you want and have the kind of power dynamics that you want to have, especially within relationships. So your motivation here isn't just, empty avarice. You're not just looking for more money. You have understood something about yourself and about life and how you want to live it. And you are beginning to see money as a tool to be able to do that. And that's a pretty healthy relationship to have with money. It doesn't have anything to do with love. It doesn't have anything to do with wanting to hold on too tight to it. It's not, it's not avarice. It's not greed. It's just, this is a worthy tool to use for what I want. And I'm going to use it. And I'm going to acquire as much of this tool as I can so as to, make my quality of life dreams come true. And you have quite some dreams, and you have been brewing over them for a few months, and you've come up with some pretty good ideas, and yet these ideas also make you feel, the width and length of your cage, because some of these ideas need a lot more room than what you've got right now. And so everywhere you look, you're getting the same message. It behooves you to seek larger spaces. Now, for some of you, this is emotional. It's not physical at all. For some of you, this is needing to step back from the kind of noise and chaos of everyday interactions with friends, with family, feeling a deep need for quiet. So you can observe people and situations with less static and, dispassionately. That's a big part of this High Priestess energy is that you step back behind your emotions and you see people as if you would see them if you didn't know them. And you judge them on what they're doing as if you didn't know them. And quite often, when we see the people in our lives in an objective light, we are deeply disappointed in them because it becomes so obvious that they have taken advantage of us, are taking us for granted, are using us, all of those things. So don't be surprised when you step back, Aries, and what you see in the people around you, even the people that are supposed to be the closest to you, are opportunism. And also, I think it goes against your ego's main directive to think that anyone would want to use you for the thing that you're best at, which is getting shit done. And yet you pride yourself on it. And so it's not a hop, skip, and a jump from there to think that other people would pride your ability to do that as well. Their pride is not like your pride. Your pride is, I can do this, high self-esteem, I am capable. That's not pride over there. That's opportunism. That's someone using you and understanding you well enough to understand that they can manipulate your ego in that way and they can get you to do all the heavy lifting all the time. And they can also use you for the fall guy. So this agitation is what finally breaks into you, whether you decided this yet or not, you're getting to the point of, I need to work towards this tower moment. I need to make this tower moment happen. I need to change my surroundings. It is so, so obvious to me now after months of trying to figure out why I'm so unhappy. It is so obvious to me now that this is what needs to happen. Aries moon, you've been here for a while. Aries moon is quick. Aries moon has been bored for years already, no? Now, your money will clear up and you'll find something that suits you very well. So if you're having trouble at work or if you're having trouble, and confusion about money and about abundance and you just don't know and things don't feel right and I don't know, Amber, it's been a while since I actually felt successful. It's been a while since I felt wanted at work or praised at work. It's been a while since I've been promoted. It's been a while since my business made any sales. Okay, that's all, inshallah, turning around. The best thing that you can do for yourself right now is get out of that space and into this space, which is all just a mind game. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between these two, but it is projecting this hologram for you. So you can make it project this if you want, or you can make it project this. And how do you do that? That's based on feeling. That first energy is confusion. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. It's not in my hands. Nothing is in my hands. I am completely helpless. I am a victim to whatever is happening out here. This is you telling your subconscious that you got it. Don't even worry about it. I got it. We got lots. We got lots. And the subconscious will take whatever you feed it and it will create this hologram that you see around you because you are a feedback loop. Yes? Good. Okay, let's keep going. So you want to get out of that mindset quicker. You want this money to come in even quicker because it's now it's going to be spread out from now until December, inshallah. You want it to come in quicker. Just get out of that mindset quicker. That's all. Now, let's talk about Jupiter retrograde. We're going to talk about it in depth in the extended, but for now, let's see what happens. It's all about your material situation. It's all about money. It's all about your ideas and how those ideas can be turned into money. There's, it's the first card out, Ace of Pentacles. Then you got the 10 of Pentacles. Then you got the Wheel of Fortune. Then you got the Sun. Then you got the 8 of Pentacles. Then you got the 4 of Pentacles. It's a lot of coins on the table. And this kind of forced or planned destruction as well. Very much in line with banking. You guys are on your money shit. And I like it. It's a good way to be. It's dispassionate, like I said. Figure that out before you do anything else. Make sure everything is legal. Make sure everything is kosher. And cut ties with whatever you need to cut ties with. And do what's best for your paper. Your happiness, your serenity, your love, it will all follow. It will all follow. But let's be honest, we got to feel good about ourselves and have some kind of ambition before we'll ever be able to like provide this or watch this or receive this. You gotta do this. You gotta have the high self-esteem. You gotta think highly of yourself. You've gotta be ambitious. You've gotta understand that first you make the sacrifices, then comes the real love, etc. You have to understand that if you want to get to the point where this is a reality. Because listen, when we're at a crossroads like this can also all lead to like misery. If you do this wrong, if you're too egotistical, if you're too ambitious, if you're not caring enough, if you're not decisive enough, this can all go wrong. Or it can go very, very, very right. Just think about it. As long as you're not making decisions for others and you're keeping yourself to your work and you're keeping your hand open and you're being as open and generous and giving, but also smart and savvy and business-minded as you can, if you're checking all the boxes and doing all the things you're supposed to, keep rocking, keep doing what you're doing. You're good. But it's this, even with the moving away, if you want to move away, that's great. But if you're wanting to move away because you think that you will somehow be different when you get there, you won't be. The thing about moving away is that you understand, or it's coming more into your consciousness every day right now, that the people around you, the environment that you put yourself in is not right for you. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to do anything with shading them or judging them. It's just not right for you. And you may actually be waking up to a feeling of like, how long has this been eating at me? Like, I fear that this has been a long time coming at me like this and I don't like it. How long have I been living with this feeling? How long has this been my reality? I don't like this. Okay? So, at the end of the month, we have some money coming in, but we also have some expenses coming in. So surprise money, surprise expenses. We don't want to get caught out here like this. When you get that surprise money, what are you going to do with it? You're going to save it. Okay? And this thing about whether or not you use your money to find your new ideas. If you're not using your money to kind of fund the ideas that you're coming up with or engage this very entrepreneurial spirit that you have, you will get so bored and disappointed with yourself. Let yourself create things. Let yourself be the actionable person that you are and do things that you love to do. I just watched a TikTok about a guy who was going to go out to a bar, but then he didn't have money to go out to a bar and pay rent. So he stayed home and he just started Googling bag manufacturers, and then he randomly made himself a bag, and then that bag ended up in a magazine, and now he has his bag company. Do you understand where I'm going with this? Good, because we're going to get more into it in the extended. I love you. I will see you there. The links for the extended are below. We're going to take a look at the cards. We're going to talk about Jupiter retrograde. We're going to talk more about this. And we're also going to be talking about these unclear signals and how quickly they're clearing up and how that applies to the different signs. Okay? Love you. Patreon, Vimeo, it's all below. Also, if you want a personal reading, that link is the Cameo link below, since people have been asking. Mwah, mwah.